My name is Ryan Dickson. I train out of Joslyn's MMA, and I fight at 155 and 170 pounds. For me, I've had a lot of setbacks that a lot of people wouldn't know. And when I was amateur, I got my appendix removed, which isn't really a setback, but I fought 2 weeks after that. I had a tear in my knee, which I was willing to fight, and luckily that fight didn't happen because my opponent backed out. But I tore my MCL. I had cancer when I was 23, so 2 years ago, and I fought at that point the top prospect outside the UFC at 170 pounds, and Alex Garcia, and I lost the decision. But I fought him 2 months after the surgery, and I've had a lot of setbacks, but those are the kind of things that for sure will make me into the fighter that I know I'll become later, because a lot of guys will quit, and that's one thing. My style, I want to be a guy that breaks people. You know, I want to be coming forward. I want to be pressuring. I want to be someone that you hit me, I'm going to come forward and hit you twice. So that's my style, and all the tough times that I've gone through are just making the fight even easier. So when someone puts me in the fire in a fight, it's no problem for me. The thing that I like the most about fighting is just I like traveling to other gyms, seeing and meeting new people at other gyms. I like the whole process of fights. Although it seems pretty boring, we go to the weigh-ins, we do all that stuff. My last fight, me and Jeff went down and met some guys that, well, I got to know some guys around here a little better, like Joel Powell, Todd Stout. There was a guy out there, Jesse Arnett, and a bunch of other guys that were, had I not have gone through that, they helped me with the weigh-ins, they helped with the weight cut, the weigh-ins, they helped recovering after, and it was just like, it was like being in a team sport again. You know, that's the kind of thing you miss about MMA, because it's just me and Jeff that go to the fights a lot. It's kind of more intimate, but the thing with team sports is, like, when I was on a soccer team or a football team, the whole team would do all of those things together. So last fight was pretty cool with having a whole group of us doing the weigh-ins, the weight cut, the recovery, all that kind of stuff together. It was fun. My training on a weekly basis is, according to a lot of people, too much. I usually do 2 to 4 sessions a day. 2 hard sessions and a drilling or 2 sessions a day. And then I like to split it out with jiu-jitsu, wrestling. I only do MMA like once a week, if that. Like, I don't do MMA that much. I do more jiu-jitsu, wrestling. I go out to Brock and wrestle out with those guys. I'll do jiu-jitsu with the guys at Joslyn's. I'll do boxing with the guys there too. But the thing I think that separates me from a lot of the guys is I study. I don't go out on Fridays. I don't go out on Saturdays. When I'm done training, I'm eating, and then I've got a system where I watch old fights, watch all their fights, all their interviews, all their training. I watch instructional videos, and I type them all out on my email. Pretty nerdy and obsessive, but at the same time, for me, that's what gives me a little bit of a technical edge on some guys. And I find it's something that I can claim that I'm doing more than the other guys, because that's what helps me be, I'd get pretty nervous for fights if I didn't do this kind of work. Doing shows in Ontario would be huge, more shows at least. When I went to Calgary, their price for running a show is like more than half than what it is for us here. Like, it's so much cheaper. It's a fraction of the cost for them to put on shows, and it's not even, they have it done down to a science, so they're not stressing about it like we are here. And what it would do, there's so many good guys in Ontario, like, it's insane. The guys at Parabellum, for the lighter guys, they've got guys that are like Mitch Gagnon trains around here, Josh Hill, and they're some of the top guys in the world at the weight class. And then there's Elias, then there's guys at like myself and the bigger guys too. And we don't get a chance to compete as much as we should be able to. Like, in the perfect world, if we were able to have fights every month or two, we would be able to develop guys a lot better. I would have had more fights than I do now, which is what I would want to do. And then the market here would be a lot better because there's a lot of fans, and I know a lot of the guys that are so skilled in competing have a lot of followers as well. So it's something that would really, really increase everything about the sport. If Ontario had it bigger, we could have one of the best areas for MMA in the world, I think. With between Toronto and like London area, the Ronson guys and Clements and all those guys at Adrenaline as well. There's so many good guys in this area that it's insane how we're not allowed to show what we got in our hometown. We're always main events outside of our province. Hey guys, this is Ryan Dickson. I know you've been asking me for a long time now to fight locally in Burlington. Finally, we get the chance for Global Warriors May 30th at Central Arena. So if you want to see a good scrap, come out and watch me fight May 30th.